Jagadev Jup Henkick's calm resilience and management master. How does inner silence lead to steady excellence in management? Gurudev says true strength is in stillness. Hackness has brought teams back from difficulty with grace, not force. His triple success at Bayern Munich, including the treble in 2013, is a testament to quiet power. Through Sahat Samadhi meditation and Padma Sadhana, one develops an equanimous presence. Such a leader doesn't overreact in crisis nor get carried away in triumph. Managers who regularly practice Sudarshan Kriya carry an aura that steadies others. Henkick's calm presence wasn't weakness, it was anchored strength cultivated over years of inner alignment. In the Upanishadic tradition, the wise are known not by how loud they speak, but by their depth of silence. Hennickels was like a Sthita Pragya, one whose intellect remains balanced amid success and failure. His humility mirrors the Munish of ancient Bharat. His style was like what we call sattvic leadership, driven not by impulse but inner clarity. Daily rituals like Sandhya Vandanam and Gayatri Japa help leaders tune into cosmic rhythm. This results in resilient action, not reactive emotion. Henclix reminds us power flows not from volume but from spiritual silence. Luis Aragon's, the father of Spain's Tiki-Taka Renaissance, how does spiritual practice help in leading cultural transformation while preserving core identity? Aragonés dare to reinvent Spanish football. To lead such a revolution, one must have a still mind and a strong spine. That's what Sudarshan Kriya and Shakti Kriya offer strength with subtlety. He brought humility, deep listening, and conviction to nurture a new era. Gurudev teaches that real change happens when the ego dissolves and collective consciousness is nurtured. Aragon's harmonized egos into elegance. Tiki Taka wasn't just passing, it was meditative movement. Great managers need to lead transitions with spiritual grounding, or else the change collapses under doubt. Aragon's was a rishi of rhythm, like a composer orchestrating Vedic chants into new melody while keeping Shruti or core alignment intact. That's the essence of Vedic leadership. Evolve the form without losing the soul. The way he mentored young talent and respected tradition is akin to how Upanayana balances innovation and sacred learning. Through Agnikaram, Japa, and Sayam level 1 and level 2, one is trained to hold space for change without losing dharma. Aragon's leadership reminds us only those rooted in inner discipline can guide outward revolution gracefully. Paul Sarna, a pioneer of the Korean wave in football, instilled a technical intelligence in Asian football. How can spiritual tools support leaders in cross-cultural innovation and uplifting emerging markets? Gurudev often emphasizes that human value strengths in culture. Sirnai saw potential in Korean football when others did. His work required immense patience, humility, and vision, qualities nurtured through Sudarshan Kriya, Seva, and meditation. When leaders enter new domains, ego must drop. Spiritual practices help dissolve mental rigidity and unlock fresh perspectives. In our work across nations, we see how Padma Sadhana breath work help global leaders become more empathetic and adaptive, which is crucial when mentoring emerging teams. Saranaya's success lay in elevating others without needing the spotlight, a sign of true spiritual maturity. Saranaya was like a bhakta crossing the ocean with compassion, bringing Vidya or knowledge to new lands. His journey reflects the Vedic idea of dakshina, offering what you have with humility, like Rishi sharing mantras with distant tribes. He uplifted those who were underestimated. Through Sandhya Vandanam, Gayatri Japa, and Upanayam, leaders learn to honor diversity within universal truth. His example tells modern managers true innovation respects both local uniqueness and universal values. That's what Agnyakaryam teaches: one fire, many offerings. Serve the emerging, not just the elite. George Jesus, passionate, flexible, and known for reviving clubs. How can spiritual practices help leaders reignite struggling teams with fire and flexibility? Gurudev reminds us fire transform when held with awareness. Jesus' style is fiery, yes, but also strategic, reviving teams like Flamengo required mental clarity, dynamic energy, and emotional resilience. That's what Shakti Kriya builds. It channels energy without burnout. Sudarshan Kriya and meditation help leaders bounce back from setbacks without bitterness, enabling comebacks like this. When managers connect with their inner enthusiasm, they can infuse teams with new purpose. Jesus didn't just bring tactics, he brought fresh prana, the vital force. That is the true role of a leader, to ignite dormant potential with wisdom and prayer. Jesus' leadership is Uttishta Jagrata in action, that is, arise awake from the Upanishads. His revivals are like Sayam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2, intense tapas to bring lost clarity. Vedic rituals like Agni Karam symbolize not destruction but purification and renewal. Jesus took struggling clubs and gave them new sankalpa or intention, like a rishi guiding a fallen ashram through Gayatri Japa and Sandhya Vandanam. Leaders are trained to bring a fresh dawn after dark nights. George Jesus fire teaches us when passion is rooted in dharma, it becomes a yagya of renewal, not just noise. Jagadev, Gerard Hollier, gentle wisdom and holistic player development, how does spiritual compassion transform leadership into mentorship? Gurudev often says, a good teacher tells you what to do, a true guru awakens the best in you. Hollier managed with heart, he didn't just train players, he transformed people through practices like Sahat Samadhi meditation. And Sudarshan Kriya leaders develop intuitive compassion and presence. Hollier cultivated mental wellness before it was fashionable. This mirrors Art of Living's emphasis on wholeness, not just performance. Compassion based leadership isn't weak, it's magnetic. A steady mind and an open heart create a space where excellence blossoms naturally. That's what Hollier achieved. He blessed the game, not just coached it. Hollier embodied the Rishi approach, one who nurtures each soul in their unique dharma. In Vedic culture, a teacher's duty is not just to impart skills, but to uplift the Atman. That's what Upnayanam symbolizes, the sacred initiation in truth. Hollier led his players through such inner initiations. His method was sattvic, pure, non-aggressive balance. His leadership echoes the Guru Shishya Parampara, where wisdom flows not from authority but from affection. Just like Sandhya Vandanam harmonizes the body, mind, breath, Hollier harmonized talent, character, purpose. He was a modern sage in football boots. Jagudev Ange Poste Koglu, bold transitions and uplifting narratives. How can spiritual strength empower leaders to challenge old paradigms? Breaking tradition takes clarity, courage, and compassion, all of which Gurudev trains seekers in. Poste Koglu dared to question rigid hierarchies and gave voice to new stories. Just like spiritual seekers question the false identity of ego, practices like Shakti Kriya and Sudarshan Kriya give the strength to break through inertia. Leadership isn't about aggression, it's about vision grounded in inner silence. Post Coclose's ability to steer clubs toward new ideals reflects the spiritual paths as tapas of disciplined fire. You burn through resistance without burning out. That's the power of pranayama and wisdom combined. Vedic Dharma thrives when Navakalpa or fresh mental models arise from a base of truth. Postikoglu is like a Vedic reformer not tearing down but refining, just as Agnikaram rekindles sacred fire daily. His vision rekindled lost belief in clubs and fans. True reformers are anchored in dharma even when facing chaos. Upanayana and Sanyam sadhana of level 1 and level 2 prepare seekers to enter new realms without fear, armed with mantra and clarity. Pushka Gloss's message echoes the Rigvedic rishis. Let noble thoughts come to us from all sides. Be open, be bold, and be rooted. Jayagurudev, so Marcella Bielsa, philosophical intensity and tactical devotion. How can spiritual intensity be harnessed without attachment to burnout? Bielsa is a seeker, his obsession with detail is tapas. His coaching style is sadhana, but Gurudev gently reminds us passion must be paired with rest, intensity with silence. Bielsa's challenge has often been the weight of over attachment. That's where tools like Sehat Samadhi meditation and Sudarshan Kriya are essential. They release mental pressure without dulling your fire. Spiritual seekers are often intense too until they learn to trust the universe. Bielsa's gift is his depth. His lesson is this: let the fire of vision burn, but don't let it burn you. Breathe and be. Bielsa is like a tapasvi rishi immersed in sacred studies, often alone, sometimes misunderstood. But even ancient rishis needed samyama or restraint. That's the purpose of Sanyam sadhana of level 1 and level 2 and Upanayam, to bring balance between tapas and tyaga, effort and surrender. Bielsa's arc reminds us of Vishwamitra, brilliant, fierce, but only complete when he embraced humility. Through Gayatri Japa, Agni Karam, and Sandhyavandanam, seekers learn to balance rigor with rhythm. Bielsa's leadership is a call for deeper inner alignment so that dedication becomes devotion, not exhaustion. Jagadav Sarina Wegman, transformational leadership in women's football. How does spiritual energy uplift marginalized voices and amplify sacred potential? Gurudev says the world is incomplete without the full blossoming of Shakti. Vietman channels that Shakti. She brings grace, grit, and governance to women's football. Her rise represents the rise of the feminine principle, not as competition but the completion. Practices like Shakti Kriya, Padma Sadha, and Nari Shakti Sadhana help awaken dormant inner power. Her leadership shows how listening, balance, and emotional intelligence are not side skills, they are sacred tools. She didn't just lead women's football to success, she led the world to respect the sacred feminine. In the Vedas, Devi is the source of all manifestation. Durga, Saraswati, Lakshmi. Wakeman channels that archetype. She reclaims that space not through aggression, but through centered strength. Like Gargi and Maitri, she leads with intellect and heart. Gayatri, the mother of all mantras, embodies this same radiance. Through Vedic sadhana, women and men alike awaken the Shakti within. Wakeman shows up to uplift others. You must know your own sacredness first. Her leadership is a modern yajna of equity, sacred fire offered with precision and grace. Johanna Niskens is the silent pillar behind the total football. How do spiritual practitioners embrace selfless service as silent enablers of greatness? Niskens is a karma yoga in cleats. He didn't seek headlines. He served greatness just like Gurudev often praises the invisible volunteers behind every art of living event. Without them, transformation doesn't happen. Niskens' selfless energy uplifted giants like Rayaf. Similarly, Sudarshan Kriya Seva and Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2 awaken in us the joy of giving without seeking. He reminds leaders that true success isn't measured in fame, but in how many you have uplifted silently. Like the breath, you don't see it, but it moves everything. Niskansa's role is like the Adhavaryu priest in a Vedic yajna, unseen, precise foundation. Without his effort, a sacred fire of the match would not rise. In Vedic Dharma, the one who enables silently earns divine blessings. Upananam or Gayatri Japa and Agnikaram train seekers in a spirit of selfless precision. Neeskensis reminds modern leaders be like a river that nourishes silently, like the sun that shines without asking for applause. In the quietest roles lie the deepest spiritual tapas. That is the legacy of Johann Nieskens. So, Jagadev, so we have seen that sacred leadership flows not from ego but from elevated awareness. Gurudev teaches us that when breath is calm, intellect is sharp, and intuition blossoms, this is the foundation of great management. Inner mastery first, these legends mirror the ancient rishis, each walking a unique path but rooted in dharma, seva, and tapasya. Through Upanayam, sadhana, and Gayatri, Agnikaryam, and inner silence, modern leaders can walk this path to not just to win but to uplift humanity through their leadership. Jagadev.